Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. So today we are going to talk about multiple important topics, and we are first going to talk about the FIFA's Best Player Award. I really want to talk about this really quick, and so according to Marca, they have said that FIFA will not deliver the best awards this season. As some countries had to finish their competitions, they understand that it would not be fair for some players to have more chances than the rest. And so this is true. The League One has finished. The Bundesliga is going to continue this weekend. Then we have La Liga, who's going to start in June 19, and then we have the Serie A that's going to start on June 12th. And so as you can see, we have multiple different schedules. Some leagues, some teams will have more chances to shine. Some teams will not have no time and no chances to shine. For example, PSG. And another factor that we do have to take in is that some players might not come back the same. And when I mean by some players, I mean the old players. Because if we're talking about young players, right, they're going to come back from this pandemic break and come in all fit and firing. But when we talk about the old players, and when I mean by old players, I'm talking about the players who are like 29 or older, like Messi, maybe even Antoine Griezmann and Luis Suarez, it's going to take them like about 5 to 7 games to like really get back into the groove. And most importantly, we have to do all of this in like about 1 month and 6 days. In my opinion, this is a good decision. FIFA should go in this path. And look, it's very unfortunate to see that players like Messi, Neymar, Kevin De Bruyne, Cristiano Ronaldo will not be able to like get a trophy like the FIFA Men's Award this year. But this decision that FIFA has made does make sense. Now moving on to the next topic of the day, and we are going to talk about Frenkie de Jong. So there was a report that came out about 10 hours ago, right? And the reason why I want to bring this up is because I want to address it real quick. And so this is what it says. Juventus hinted at a Frenkie de Jong exchange in the Barcelona swap talks. And many people were questioning, like, is Frenkie de Jong going to leave Barcelona this summer? And this is why I want to bring it up, because this statement that whoever made this report is extremely crazy. I even have a credible journalist named Mike Verwey who claimed and said there was news that Juventus talked with Barcelona about the possibility of an exchange deal involving de Jong. According to de Jong's agent, Ali Derzan, it's complete nonsense. De Jong is happy in Barcelona and the club is overjoyed with him. So there you have it. De Jong leaving to FC Barcelona will not happen. De Jong is extremely untouchable. He is in the exact realm of Messi Ter Stegen. So any reports that you see about Barcelona having conversations with Juventus and having De Jong in that swap deal, reject it immediately. That will not happen. And there has been reports about De Jong being in the swap deal and then Barcelona immediately rejecting that. And so yeah, it's not going to happen. De Jong will not leave FC Barcelona. Now moving on to the next topic of the day, and this is some very surprising news, and so we are going to talk about Pjanic. So according to Di Marzio, PSG is ahead of Barcelona and Chelsea to sign Pjanic. PSG wants to include Paredes, whereas Chelsea wants to include Jorginho for Pjanic. Arthur has no intentions of leaving. So this is great news to hear, because for me, in my opinion, I never wanted Pjanic to leave Juventus and go to FC Barcelona. And this is not just telling us that we are failing to get Pjanic, but we might potentially look elsewhere and look for a different and better player than Pjanic. Is Pjanic a bad player? No, he's not a bad player, but Barcelona can look for better players out there in Europe. And this is only if Barcelona were that serious about strengthening their midfield. And the one thing that I really do want you guys to notice, right, is that Chelsea and PSG, both of those teams want to include a midfielder in this Pjanic operation with Juventus. And we also must take note that Juventus' main goal this summer is to strengthen their midfield, meaning that Juventus will want to exchange Pjanic for another midfielder. And in the eyes of Juventus, they are going to find it more intriguing to take the offer of either Chelsea or PSG than FC Barcelona. And I know this is sounding very weird right now. Like, I know that when we are talking about transfers and we want to bring a player in, we mostly want to talk about we want to be the first team there and we want to be the one that has the highest possibility to get this player out of all the clubs. But in this situation, I really want PSG and Chelsea to win us and win this deal. I don't want Barcelona to bring in Pjanic, because honestly, Pjanic was never really wanted from any Barcelona fans, or I don't even think the board about 2 to 3 months ago. And the main reason why many Barcelona fans do not want Pjanic is because of what it cost to get this player in, and Juventus want to get one of the most important players from us. So this deal will not fall through. Looking at these reports and looking at all all of these other factors, this deal will not happen. And looking at the options that Juventus have now, I believe that the swap deal of Juventus and FC Barcelona will break. And I'm only going to say this once. I am glad that Barcelona is losing this battle. Now moving on to the next topic of the day, and we are going to talk about Arturo Vidal. So according to Lautaro Martinez, he claimed that Inter Milan has offered Vidal a 2-year contract plus an additional year. However, Vidal wants to earn salary close to what he earns at Barcelona, which is 9 million euros. Vidal prefers Inter over Juventus. Then we have another report coming from Angel Paris, and this is what he had to say. Sources close to the footballer revealed that the only thing left to agree is the salary. Also says that Vidal and Conte have spoken on the phone several times in recent weeks, and the agreement and will of the parties is more than on track. And so this is some huge news, and I'm going to explain why, because this is all going to add up together. Paying 9 million a year for a player like Arturo Vidal is very surprising, especially when it's coming from a player where Inter Milan know that he's going to be turning 33 next week. And I'm going to be very honest here, but it's going to be very hard for Inter to agree to Vidal's demands, which is 9 million euros a year. And this is all going to depend on how much Inter value this player. Like, if they believe that he can bring the performances and he can bring what he brought to FC Barcelona, to Juventus, to Bayern Munich, then yes, Inter Milan will be more than happy to pay 90 million euros for this player. But he is turning 33 next week. And for Inter to say, we are going to give you 2 years in this contract plus an additional year, is very surprising to me. And we should pay very close attention to this operation of Vidal going to Inter Milan, because if there's no agreement, then Vidal might not leave this summer. And as we all know, Inter Milan, like every other club, they are in a very bad economic situation. So I wouldn't want to say that Inter Milan is stingy with their money, but they're very cautious on how they want to spend their money, especially in the circumstances that they are in today. And that will be the worst case scenario, right? There is going to be back and forth talks with Vidal, Inter, and FC Barcelona, but I believe that the pros outweigh the cons, because Vidal and Conte have a great relationship, and we have seen Vidal complain about his playing time with FC Barcelona this season, and Vidal knows for a fact, especially under Conte, that if he goes to Inter Milan, he will get all the playing time that he wants. And if Vidal sees it in that way, if he says that, okay, if I do take a slight pay cut to play more at Inter Milan, then I believe Vidal will take that. This is why I say that the pros outweigh the cons. Has the cons side gotten heavier? Yes, but the pros, which is the Conte-Vidal relationship, I believe that is outweighing the cons. And then this is where the question comes up. Is this Vidal and Inter Milan deal have something to do with the Lautaro Martinez operation? And so that is where it's going to slowly transition into the next topic, and we are going to talk about Lautaro Martinez. And so we have a report coming from a very reliable journalist named Alfredo Pedula. Again, he is one of the most reliable journalists in Italy. He stated that there is a final agreement reached between Barcelona and Lautaro Martinez over a contract of 13 million euros plus bonuses. Agents have informed Barcelona they are ready to pay 60 million to 70 million euros plus Vidal plus either Semedo, Emerson, or Firpo. And so this is basically confirming that Vidal is 99% in this operation. So we must really pay close attention to the Vidal and Inter Milan transfer. And so us as Barcelona fans, the Barcelona board, we must make sure that the first thing that has to happen is that the Vidal and Inter Milan situation, that deal has to get done first, because when that gets done, everything else will fall into place. So we have that situation right now. The second half of this operation is between Semedo, Firpo, or Emerson, and this is where it gets very interesting, because if we look at that second player option, we have one left back and two right backs, and all three are defenders. And right off the top, if we are talking about these three defenders, with Junior Firpo, I don't see him going to Inter Milan. He has only been with FC Barcelona for one season. I believe that Barcelona will give him another chance. And then if we talk about Emerson has never even played at FC Barcelona, nor has he ever wore a Barcelona shirt. So I don't see FC Barcelona letting go of Emerson, especially since we don't know how he's going to play when he does arrive at the Camp Nou, and Barcelona does want to see that first. Then if we move on to the last player, which is Nelson Semedo, I believe that this is the player that Barcelona will let go. And let's step back for just a little bit, right? Because like I said before, these are three defenders, and I believe that there is more than Barcelona just letting go of one of these three defenders. I I think that Barcelona have an idea on what right back or left back they want to bring in this summer. There's a reason why in that second player choice, it's 3 defenders. And so we should expect reports and rumors that Barcelona are looking for their next right back over the next 6 to 9 weeks. And right now, the only report that we have heard is about Di Sceglio, and that's not going to cut it. When we are talking about that right back, I really don't want him to come to FC Barcelona, and this is where my biggest fear comes into play about this operation, right? Is because if we let go of Nelson Semedo and we keep Emerson and Emerson does not deliver, then that will mean that we use Sergio Roberto, and when we use Sergio Roberto, we will go back into our old spot, which means that we have no definitive right back, and Barcelona want to have a definitive, good, world-class right back. And so Barcelona will need to back this up. If they let go of Nelson Semedo in this operation, Barcelona must look for a right back that has proven that he can play in top European football and he can bring the goals and the assists. Do I know which right back will be the perfect fit for FC Barcelona? I don't know. There's many options, but this is what it's looking like right now. And this is it, right? This is it. Martinez and Barcelona have agreed on personal terms. And those personal terms is that Barcelona will pay Lautaro Martinez 13 million plus bonuses, meaning that he will be in the top 5 highest paid players in FC Barcelona. And with that wage, that doesn't really match Barcelona's goal, which is to decrease the payroll. But that also increases the chances of Rakitic and Samuel Umtiti exiting this summer, because right now Rakitic gets paid around 13.3 million a year, and then we have Umtiti getting paid 12 million a year. And so do you guys agree with Lautaro Martinez being paid 13 million a year? Because with that pay, it puts him in the top 5, and this is without bonuses. 13 million plus bonuses can easily put him to at least 14 million, maybe even 15. And out of the 3 defenders, which one will cost us the least damage if we were to let go of that player? And that is something that we really need to consider, because some of these moves can damage us in the long run, right? And I'm talking about 2 players, Semedo and Emerson. If we let go of Semedo, we're taking a risk of having no decent right back next season. And if we let go of Emerson, we're taking the risk of, let's say Emerson does play well, we're going to regret that, and then we're going to wish that we kept a player like Emerson. So it's a very tricky situation, but then again, very, very exciting, because I am a big Lautaro Martinez fan. I do want to see this guy in a Barcelona shirt, but it is getting closer. The Lautaro Martinez to FC Barcelona will be the first transfer that will happen for the club this summer, and I can't wait for that day. We are going to continue to report on this subject until Lautaro Martinez finally goes to FC Barcelona, and I'm going to continue to give you guys some updates on this channel. So that is it for today's Barcelona daily news. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video.